First, when I heard the word about Bitcoin, I was too curious about it. At first, actually, more before that, I just thought, what the heck is that? We have coins, we have currencies, we have notes and specific currencies, we have dollar for Earth. So, what the hell Bitcoin actually wants to do? That time I actually ignored Bitcoin and I saw the price maybe somewhere around 20,000. What the heck is that? And the sort of things actually, I used to think that Bitcoin is actually useless and eventually gonna fall down. And I started knowing more about Bitcoin, and I saw that Bitcoin is actually something a sort of currencies which people want to make the universal currency. Though it's dollar it is, but like if a dollar, suppose over here in Bangladesh it is, and if it's a US dollar, you just can't go anywhere and buy the US dollar, buy the stuff with the US dollar. But in Bitcoin, it would be a currency like it would be for everyday currency. I mean, everyday could be used. So it's not like the dollar that you're gonna transfer the dollar into a local currency that you can use it, and not for that. It's for just universal uses for the currencies and users. So what I knew about Bitcoin, so I saw Bitcoin is actually like a sort of currencies which is going to be used for everyone. And I thought, what investing in Bitcoin? Well, right now it's investing in Bitcoin actually means a specific type of creation because, the money currency actually been made by the demands and population investments. So how much you actually invest in Bitcoin, you're actually creating more Bitcoin. So how much you're making a transaction or you're breaking your, not like in the stocks or Bitcoin, so how much you bought them. Any of the cryptocurrencies, so whenever you buy a partial part of it or a part of it, or you sell it, or you make a transaction from one to other, you create one more coin, and that's how it creates. So it just kind of goes creating by itself. How much we want to build of the concept, abilities, and recession, and all like that. You basically you have some has a specific calculation for creating this products here. It's actually not bringing a product, but that'd be so much helpful for Earth in the future. So for payment systems without any currency to hand to make it, just directly go to peer-to-peer transaction, and that's much better. And so I started knowing more about Bitcoin. I saw Bitcoin, the price was first at 20,000 when I first saw it in Coinbase, and it was around 28,000, and it literally fall down even more. I just thought, what the heck is that? That's maybe gonna fall again. And later I saw it came somewhere around 38,000, and I got stayed to it. And from then I started predicting my Bitcoin because I know at least a little mobility about the Bitcoins. And I saw the Bitcoin's mobility was something like, it probably would go to the up, and within a week later it'd fall down again. And how much it raised up? Probably raised up 2, and within a week it got fall down at 1%. So 2% for 1 week up, and the next week is 1% down. So you guys goes and 1% over 0.5% down. So I could just eventually make the calculation is gonna 50% off. So it was like in a transaction, you probably could go and just invest in coin, and it doesn't mean to directly expect to get in billions of dollars. Just comes at a person like 5%, 6%, sometimes maybe 12. And right now it is maybe October 9th, 2021, and now Bitcoin price today is around 55,000. And so that's how I actually predicted about the Bitcoins. Eventually a few months ago, not a week. So a few months ago, something around. I guess it actually went down to 52%, and in 50,000 actually, and I actually predicted that 52,000, and later I thought it would be somewhere around 41 or 2, and eventually became 42. I later thought it won't get recovered very quickly because it just fell at a lot of percent down, so I thought it would be somewhere around 45, and it went to 46. I later thought it would be up to 52, and it became a 55 now. And tomorrow probably more down, and next week probably around 10,000. So just right now, Bitcoin is very vulnerable now because most of the people don't know about it. There have been millions of cryptocurrencies on Earth right now. So Bitcoin is on the top, Ethereum is down, and with Bitcoin Cash, and a lot of them are like Dogecoin. So this type of coins over here. So I think that actually has a potential. But I believe, so people just create this type of cryptocurrencies only by their hobby and just think to evolve something. But according to the prices, Bitcoin starts with right now 55, and Ethereum goes to 3,500. So it's a massive difference of the prices. So I think in the future, and early in the future, maybe some potential from the down ones, and maybe the top 10 would exist, and the rest of them would go down because they're getting extreme rod. So that's what the cryptocurrencies. Let's go to the next one. Well, for the next one, I could talk about some Starship, some rocket theories. So, in a recent this year, the Mars mission, NASA has launched a rocket. Actually, a few months ago, maybe 7 or so. This time, months ago, NASA has sent a rover to Mars. It means it's a Perseverance. and with the first drone, with the first flying vehicle on space, and it's actually not a space but another planet, it's Mars. So NASA sent one more rover named Perseverance along with this Ingenuity helicopter on. It's actually not a helicopter; it's a drone type. So it's taking a picture of Mars from the sky. So it has got two vehicles on it. So it's got itself is a rover, and you got the drone itself, and you got to add the small rocket with it. Still the rocket hasn't come up yet because whenever it's gonna sending to Mars and it's exploring Mars, it's sending its helicopters, deploying the helicopters, flying around, taking the evidence, taking the pictures, and collecting lands and putting it into the rocket, and the small rocket to come back to the satellite, and satellite to come back to on the rocket to Earth. So this ought to get a partial part from Mars, and we could, our scientists could research on these lands, and eventually could now make a lot of more evidence come out of the existence of life on Mars. Actually, personally, this Ingenuity rover, and Ingenuity helicopter, and Perseverance rover have been sent on Mars only to discover about the lives. Well, life actually doesn't mean of finding out the aliens. I definitely believe there will be no aliens left, even if they're living down decades, or maybe 100,000 years ago. But right now they don't exist. But still, we could have the existence of some germs or little molecules of some lives, bacteria. So that's why actually they're searching for lives on Mars. That they could give evidence to what have animals that still stay on Mars. I think Mars is totally got destroyed planet, but it can recover again as it could do on Earth. So this what it is, and like in recent ones, Jeff Bezos, like I made in a previous video, so Jeff Bezos actually wanted to send his own self through his dick-shaped rocket, his New Shepard, into space, and become the first man over space. But first man is over space, but actually they're gonna happen. Our Richard Branson through his Virgin Galactic. I actually forget the names are too complicated. So Richard Branson through his Virgin Galactic actually have been sent himself, and along with some people with him. Probably I don't know who the members, but I know him, and they have sent us our first plane to space. First plane to orbit, first plane to orbit the Earth. That's actually enormous. Oh my God, what it does! A first plane which has taken a flight to other with the help of other two planes on both sides, and there's been a main rocket down, and the rocket is a plane itself. But it's like a non-rocket. Though you can fly into space too, they can fly into this atmosphere too, but that's actually been specially made for going to space, and that's for space tourism. So it's just Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos bragged everywhere, but Richard Branson has been slowly moved on and become the first non-astronaut to go to and take a tour of space. And Jeff actually did it in a second. Let's go to Elon Musk. Elon Musk, his recent Starship has created his super heavy booster and his Mochazilla holder along with his chopstick to cast those super heavy boosters down. And so that's actually getting so much exciting on this industry. And something about more, and some comes with the Audi Trons, and Audi version, you got some fully futuristic car, but now that's what my says that. And something has been done along with some different things, like Oculus are doing something very well, like Infinite Desk and some of the VR companies. And as I thought about my VR company, I actually wanted to name it DVR, but I would name it Demos right now, because DVR's actually been a lot of common thing. So people are making the AR VR company, people are making a PVR company, so a lot of VR companies. So whenever you get the name of the VR, it actually means a VR. But you gotta make more things too, now just making a brand, a specific name as a brand, like the Oculus, the richest VR company right now. So you gotta make some specific names, not be connected with VR or something worse. Like this way, Apple computers cut the water computer and made it on the Apple to make it a universal thing. So for getting the versatility, I just thought name matters as well. So instead of making a DVR, I just made a Demos. Sounds well. And probably go to the next one. Well, the next one is for Apple. Apple's, oh my God, my hairstyle is super weird now. Well, the next one's actually Apple, so there are certain people that are doing a lot more braggings with the Apple 13, but the iPhone 13 actually the much more relative with the iPhone 11 and 12. I mean, 12 and 12 Pro Max, you got double camera, you got triple camera, and like the exterior part, it actually is so much hard to find the difference between the iPhone 12 Max Pro Max and iPhone 13 Pro Max, and iPhone 12 and iPhone 13. That's actually reason is, I don't know about it, but actually there is not that much the difference between the physical changes, but also a lot of changes on the features, So if the guys just want to brag about the phone, it's not for you. iPhone 12 is better for you and it's very cheap as well. And if I just want to go for it's just what I said. If I just want to go for the external changes, like the physical changes, not for you. But if I go for the feature changes, it's definitely for you, because there have been a lot of new features that come from the more than anything I've been created on Apple. Super speedy, super high speed internet connection, like super efficient LiDAR, and a lot more features have been coming. Actually, I didn't know much about Apple right now, but yeah, I'm getting over them, and like I've been doing for it's going good for them. So they have been doing a lot more strategies outside. Some marketing. And recently I've been starting some books. Let me show you some. I probably will show the full version of it, but it is the book name Start with Why, and I'm reading the book. I'm learning a lot more things about the business. It actually is the book's name Start with Why, but it actually teaches us how to think about the business, how to learn, and how to make the strategies of our businesses. A lot more so. And there's another book I learned. I bought it actually from Darrow's, but I didn't read this yet. I just really love it. Elon Musk. So this is life story and it's registered his business. So this book is actually my first book to learn about this type of business industry. I'm just going to this book. So later I'm gonna order some more 4 books. I actually got some names and I didn't order yet, but I'm gonna proceed to order as soon as possible. So that's what it is. I'll go for the next video. So bye bye.